Hi, we are Gillian, Louise,
and Kieran, and
we are the Spookseekers.
We roam the Forth Valley area in search of all things supernatural.
My name is Gillian, and I will be investigating Stirling's Old Town Cemetery. The cemetery is situated at the top of the town, between the often reported as haunted Stirling Castle and the Church of the Holy Rood. It is one of Stirling's oldest graveyards, with its oldest gravestone dating way back to the year 1636. I'll also be asking the people of Stirling if they have had any spooky encounters themselves. But first, I'm going to be talking to local spook expert David Kinnaird, also known as the Happy Hangman, who runs the local GhostWalk, in the hope that he has plenty of ghostly tales to share with us and can help us to learn more about Stirling's spooky history. Hello, David.
Hello there.
Thank you for joining us in the studio today.
No problem.
How long have you lived in Stirling?
I came here in 1985 as a student at the university, and I've been here ever since for my sins. It's got a very interesting history and folklore, and I come from East Kilbride, which has no history whatsoever.
How long have you been running the Stirling GhostWalk?
Well, I've been involved with the GhostWalk since it became a commercial operation in 1990. A year later I became the principal actor. A year after that I was writing it, and I am the GhostWalk now for most of the time. That's now 25 years.
You are, I can vouch for that, because I have actually been on your GhostWalk, and it's very good.
And been victimised by the Happy Hangman.
Yes, I became Bernard. So, do you believe in ghosts?
Well, I'll throw that question back to you. What is a ghost?
For me, ghosts are the dead who still walk the earth.
That would accommodate vampires, zombies, ghouls.
To be fair, I probably believe in them all.
Well, a variety of belief is always a good thing. It's one of these rather nebulous terms. No one can pin down what exactly a ghost is. Is it a sentient spirit? Does it know it's dead? Is it an imprint, as some parapsychologists and physicists believe, according to what's known as stone theory, which has somehow imprinted itself on an environment, an incident or an emotion replaying under a very particular set of circumstances? Or is it something we simply don't understand? It took the Royal Society for Psychical Research, firm believers in the paranormal and in the spirit, over a century to come up with a definition. According to them, a ghost is a manifestation of persistent personal essence, which, like many cover-all definitions, managed to say everything and absolutely nothing simultaneously.
I think I probably believe that it is people who have some unfinished business, and if they can't find any closure, then they're still wandering about.
That is one of the tropes of the traditional ghost story, and having studied the ghost stories of Stirling for many years, it's a common feature. Myself, I don't believe or disbelieve. I'm a great believer in the old adage of Charles Fort, the collector of damned information that was dismissed out of hand by science, a lot of which is now firmly accepted by science because our perspectives have changed, that the truth is a circle beginning anywhere. What you see, what you want to see, is a circle beginning anywhere. Where you are depends on what you see.
So have you had any personal supernatural encounters yourself?
After 26 years of wandering around haunted houses, graveyards, absolutely none. I feel distinctly cheated. I have been with many people through the Scottish Paranormal Festival and special groups who have booked me to take them as a guide around old buildings, out with the dramatic ghost walk. Been with people who are spiritualists, scientists, avowed skeptics, all of whom have claimed to see or feel or sense particular things, but personally I've seen nothing. As I say, I feel cheated.
I would feel so cheated as well. What do you think I'll encounter in the Old Town Cemetery? I probably already know the answer to this, though.
Well, possibly, but I would say that you'll see what you expect to see. I recently took a group of psychics from Edinburgh on a tour around the graveyard, again as part of the Scottish Paranormal Festival, and they were convinced of a spirit lurking in the shadows just out of sight, and they had their little devices. They could sense an electrical spike, not enough to indicate an appliance or a street lamp or anything else, and were most offended when I said it was a man walking his dog. What they were actually picking up on their little meters was the battery from his MP3 player. But again, I may be wrong. My own perspective, what you expect to see, as a skeptic, as someone who's primarily interested in the ghost stories and what they tell us about the town and about our own mores and morals, which to my mind is the great benefit of ghost stories. They tell you so much about the priorities and expectations of the people who have lived in our communities in ages gone by. This will inform what you see and how you process the random information. It's the nature of the human mind that we will try to make sense out of random data, random sensations. If we see a shadow, one person may firmly believe that to be a ghost. Others will simply see it as light dispersal.
Well, I certainly hope the Spookseekers find more than just a man walking his dog.
You never know. Expect the unexpected.
Thanks, David. It's been great talking to you.
You're most welcome.
To read more about David's spooky findings, several of his books can be purchased online at amazon.co.uk. Now it's time to venture onto the streets of Stirling to find out if any of the locals have also had any spooky encounters.
I work at Central Library in Stirling, and an interesting story that we have about ghosts is that when we were clearing out our basement, books that had been there for 40 or 50 years, when we were refurbishing our basement, we have a customer that came in just afterwards who said she was a medium and that she sees the ghosts, the spirits, had left the basement and said that they were in the library and they were behind us and they were going to cause mischief because they were angry that we had kind of invaded their space and taken away their dusty basement and turned it into a nice new shiny basement. So they were going to come upstairs and cause mischief, which was quite scary.
Have you ever been spooked by a ghost in the Stirling area?
No.
I work at Nicky Tam's, and it's a very strange place. There's a lot of scary things happening all the time. One of the things that's happened before is one of the barrels, the beers, have just exploded. Optics have just fallen down randomly. A lot of the customers have said that they've experienced weird things about the place and that, and just it gives up, and you can just be sitting there and you get a general vibe that's very spooky.
No, I've never been spooked by anything in the Stirling area. No.
Well, maybe 10, say 15 years ago, I took a bus from Bannockburn to Stirling, and a young man, I swear it, he was at the back of the bus, and honestly, I can swear to you, I know he never got off, but he disappeared before I got off, and I was like, oh, alright. I mentioned it to the driver, but he says that I was the second person to tell him that. He never thought anything of it, and I thought it was really strange. I still think it's strange thinking back, actually. Because see, the guy, he was a young guy, he looked very sad, and he was wearing this really long leather coat. He had shoulder length brown hair. Oh, it's really strange, honestly.